The first monument of the season is finally here, with Milan-San Remo coming up this Saturday. It's known as the Sprinters Classic, but make no mistake, these 291 kilometres certainly won't be a walk in the park. Here are 10 riders we've earmarked for the win. Fabian Cancellara is hell-bent on going out with a bang in his final season, and it's hard to see how much better it could have gone for the Swiss veteran so far. His most recent outing was a blistering time trial win on the final stage of Tirreno-Adriatico, which gives an indicator as to the kind of form he's in at the moment. He's made the top 10 in this race for 5 consecutive seasons, and it would almost be an upset in itself not to see him up there again this year. It's become quickly apparent over the last couple of years that Michael Matthews is more than just a pure sprinter. His performances at Amstel Gold, the Road World Championships, and indeed this very race last year has certainly got us thinking that he's more than capable of landing a monument one day. Like last year, he's delayed the start of his season until Paris-Nice, where he took 2 stage wins and a long spell in the leader's jersey. He's the narrow favourite with the bookmakers, and with good reason. Alexander KRISTOFF is eyeing a second win at this race following his 2014 success. He's got a long season ahead of him, and he's already been busy in Qatar and Oman, notching no fewer than 5 stage victories. We'll be interested to see how his KATUSHA team operates in the big races without their experienced road captain Luca Paolini. As nice as they are, wins aren't always the best indicator of form, and that's certainly the case for Peter Sagan. The world champion has yet to raise his hands in victory this year, despite coming agonisingly close on a number of occasions. He's still only 26, but winning his first monument in the rainbow bands will be a fantastic achievement in this stage of his career, and like Cancellara, it would take something out of the ordinary to keep him out of the front group in the final. It's only March, but we're starting to think it might be a good year for Greg van Avermaet. He's been cycling's nearly man for several seasons, but already in 2016 he's won Omloop Het Nieuwsblad and the overall at Tirreno-Adriatico. He and his BMC teammates will look to create a favourable situation on the final 2 climbs of the Cipressa and Poggio. The Belgian's chances of victory will be enhanced if a smaller group comes to the finish line. We're not sure if it's too early to roll back the years when you're only 28, but that's what Edvald Boasson seems to be doing this year, with 3 stage wins in Qatar and Oman. These performances have put him back on the radar for the Spring Classics, and he'll be looking to improve on a fairly average record at Milan-San Remo, though to his credit he did make the top 10 at last year's edition. Don't forget that Dimension Data have another race up their sleeve in the form of 2009 Milan-San Remo winner Mark Cavendish. The first of a handful of outsiders we'll have our eye on includes Tim Wellens of LOTTO-SOUDAL. He's an extremely versatile rider, as he showed in the final stage of Paris-Nice this year, winning ahead of Alberto Contador and Richie Porte no less. LOTTO-SOUDAL like to be aggressive in the classics, and we're expecting the likes of Wellens and Tony Galopin making moves in the final 20 kilometres. Anytime a fast, technical descent features towards the back end of a race, and we've got to fancy Vincenzo Nibali. It's clear he's not the best sprinter in the race, but give him a gap at the top of the Poggio and his descending skills could force a significant margin by the time he gets to the bottom. For some riders, home road advantage really pays dividends, and it certainly did for NICCOLO BONIFAZIO last year. He finished 5th in his first ever participation at Milan-San Remo. He trains on these roads all year round, so knows them better than anyone, and joining a team that includes Fabian Cancellara should help his development. We wonder whether he'll work for Spartacus in the final or take his own chance if a large group comes to the line like last year. Team Sky bring a very strong squad to Italy, headed up by Volta Algarve and Paris-Nice winner Geraint Thomas. The British team were very active in the final 20 kilometres of last year's race, and we'd expect more of the same this year. G is in sublime form, and he has the likes of Peter Kenyuk, Michał Kwiatkowski and Ian Stannard to rely on as Team Sky continues the search for its first monument victory. So there's our 10, but of course there are many more riders who are in with a shout. Who are you backing on Saturday? Let us know down in the comments. On this screen now you can find out about what a cycling monument actually is, or if you like your classics a bit bumpier, we've got a video about riding the cobble climbs with Flanders legend Johan Museeuw. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the GCN logo.